like the difference in who I am now versus who I was then. But then when I started skating, I dropped a lot of weight. I got into vaping. I didn't know how to be at home with myself. Hello! What is up, my beautiful sweaty queens? I am so freaking happy you are here today. I honestly am so freaking nervous to share what I'm sharing today with you. I'm gonna film my fitness transformation. I've been putting it off honestly for months now because there's just never been like the right time, and today I had the realization that there just is never a right time in anything in our life. And before we get started, I just wanted to put out there a little trigger warning. If you are dealing with an eating disorder tendencies, anything that is really sensitive to you, I do talk a little bit about this in the video, so just beware if like that's something you're struggling with right now. I would recommend maybe not watching this video, but yeah, just like putting it out there before we get started. I'm gonna chat about how I got into fitness, how I became a fitness instructor. I went through so many just fad diet phases, disordered eating phases. I vaped. I just did so much bad stuff to my body that you're gonna be mind blown to see like the difference in who I am now versus who I was then. And honestly, I filmed this video a year ago, and looking back on the video, I watched it the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, like I honestly am an entirely different person in 1 year. It's crazy. I don't even know that person that I was a year ago. So that's the beauty of transformations and journeys, is they never end. They keep going and going and going, and you're always transforming and becoming your best self every single day. So maybe your best self, you think you're your best self, you can always become even better. So I'm going to share with you where I'm at right now in my journey. Probably in a year I'll do an entirely different video, and I'll be an entirely different person in 1 year, and who knows where I'm going to be in a year. So fingers crossed I'm in Hawaii. I'm currently manifesting Hawaii. I'm wearing my puka shell necklace. I was just in Hawaii, so I really want to be in Hawaii. Okay, so let's get started from square one. I started fitness when I was 8 years old. I was a competitive figure skater. I lived in Canada, and I would work out to improve my skating. So it was not about how I looked. I honestly never even thought about how I looked. I was skating a lot, so I was just naturally very lean, very small, and I had actually struggled with weight as a kid. Not overweight, but I wasn't this skinny, I've used quotes so many times, this skinny kid. I was always very insecure of my thighs. I was always insecure that I wasn't as thin as everyone else in my grade. I literally like measured my waist with a tape measure in 2nd grade. But then when I started skating, I dropped a lot of weight. I was growing, so I just slimmed down entirely. I felt really good about myself, and also I was skating constantly, so skating was all I thought about, to be completely honest. And I was training and doing workouts to complement my practice, and a lot of those workouts were HIIT workouts. I did Insanity from Beachbody. I don't know if anyone knows what it is. I just was super active as a kid, so it was always part of my life being like healthy and just active. I ate pretty good as a kid, honestly. Yeah, things were going really great, and then I moved to Houston when I was 10, and I gained a lot of weight. A lot of it was the fact that we were eating out a bunch. I was so it was a lot of stress in my family moving. It was like a huge move. We lived in Canada for almost 9 years, and I gained some weight. I just was going through that awkward middle school phase of life where it's like you don't really know who you are. You feel like you always want to be in that super cool popular group. I don't know, I just like wasn't myself, or I just didn't know who I was, and I was getting self-conscious because people were talking about me. I was the new kid, and that's when the body image stuff kind of started. My skating kind of slowed down and stopped when I was my sophomore year of high school. My dad lost his job, and skating is a super expensive sport, and I had to kind of stop skating. Not to mention, before that, I was really injured because I was growing a lot. I actually have in my knee, I don't think you can really tell, there's a little bump right here, an extra bump. I have Osgood slaughter, which is from growing too fast to the point where I believe it's your muscles are growing faster. No, your bones are growing faster than your muscles, one of the two. So as a result, I have a bump in my knee. I had really bad knee problems, which basically made me have to stop doing all of the super intense workouts that other kids were doing at the time. And I was doing more, I found bar. So I fell in love with bar because I couldn't do the HIIT workouts and I had to do something that worked with my body. So I actually loved this workout, and I'd really never done a workout that was like that. So I always thought that like HIIT workouts, going to the gym, was the only thing out there. And that's when I fell in love with bar. So I started doing that, and then I had to stop skating as much. And on top of that, we moved. So we moved to Pittsburgh. And this was kind of the turning point in my fitness journey, where I gained not a lot of weight, but I wasn't the same. I was going through puberty also. I got on birth control, which literally made my body just not it. Like, I was so bloated, I was super moody, I just was so emotional, and like it just wasn't my thing. So that like really affected my body and affected my body weight. But I'm like off birth control now. On top of that, my school I went to junior year, I got bullied. And so just like for a little reference, I hadn't even started school yet, but I was doing cheer. So we had like cheer camp and stuff before school started. There was a group chat that was made about me. I'm not gonna say the name because it's really inappropriate. I didn't know the people in the group chat. I don't know why it was made about me. I don't know what was in the group chat, but obviously it sucked. It made me feel really bad about myself. And on top of that, I had a group of guys that they also bullied me, and they would yell nasty things at me while I was doing cheer in front of the student section. They would yell things at my car when I drive by. They threatened to post things about me. Just, it was so toxic at this school, and it really affected my mental health. So junior year, I started to kind of go through a period of depression. I saw a therapist. I was making really bad life decisions. I got into vaping junior year of high school. My parents caught me. They also caught me doing other things as well that were really bad. I got in just so much trouble. So I wasn't taking care of myself at all. I was doing fad diets on top of it. I was trying to be that skinny kid. I was going to the gym, working out hours every single day, but I was eating just all this stuff that like wasn't good for me, and I was just doing so much bad stuff to my body, and I just hated myself. I'd look at myself in the mirror and I was just like, who are you? I just hated my body so much, and I just hated who I was, and I was so sad, and like it makes me sad thinking about how sad I felt and how hopeless I felt. And like that's just what happens in our lives, is like when we listen to external voices out there, they become our internal voice. After that whole period of time, I ended up graduating early from that high school, and I went to Miami. I just full sent it to a totally different state. I didn't know anyone there, and it was honestly the best experience of my life, and it's changed me forever. Like, I'm in Miami still 4 years later. Freshman year of college, I still wasn't living my best health and wellness lifestyle. I was still doing fad diets. I did keto one summer. It like literally ruined my stomach. I'm pretty sure I have IBS, to be honest, from doing keto. I don't know if that's like actually a thing, but my stomach is like very severely messed up after doing keto. I don't personally support fad diets. I know sometimes people have to go on diets for medical reasons, but overall I would not recommend doing a fad diet because it does more harm than good in my case. So for keto, I did it for like a month, and honestly I did see results from it, but I saw worse results as a long run. So my stomach is really messed up because I'm very sensitive to dairy, and if you don't know what keto is, it's very low carbs. So I was eating fats, dairy, meat, just galore, and it was just so like not my thing and not good for my body. And I was doing it out of a place of trying to change myself to look like something else, because I was comparing myself to all of these Florida girls at my school. I wanted to look like them. Perfect bikini bodies year round. I was still very insecure. I hadn't worked through all of my issues internally. So as a result, everything external was a reflection of how I felt on the inside. Fast forward a little bit, I became a bar instructor. I fell in love with Pure Barre, and I became a bar instructor my sophomore year of college. Being a fitness instructor kind of opened my eyes to how much movement can actually impact somebody on the inside. So it's not all about the physical changes, and I realized that when I was an instructor, just seeing clients come in and they weren't doing it all for how they were wanting to look. A lot of clients were doing it because they wanted to be actually stronger. They were doing it because it made them mentally just feel better. And that's when I like had that kind of eye-opening moment. I was like, oh, okay, like it's not about how you're supposed to look. After that, I started a blog. This is in when was that, 2019? I started I'm Sweaty and I Know It, but it was a blog, you guys. I wrote blog articles, and it's kind of ironic. And okay, guys, I haven't told a lot of people this, so I'm just gonna say it out loud now. So you know how I vaped junior year of high school? I stopped. When I started my blog, I started to vape again. No one knows that, really. I had a breakup with my boyfriend, and at the time the way I coped was vaping. I wanted to feel numbed. I didn't want to be present. It just it makes me feel like just yucky thinking about it. I didn't know how to be at home with myself. So I was simultaneously vaping while starting my health and wellness blog, which I'm ashamed to say. Like, you probably can sense it from the video. I'm embarrassed, but I'm human, and we're all human. We all hide things, and we all have things we're not proud of. That's why I'm sharing this with you. It was my addiction. Like, my coping mechanism was vaping. I eventually stopped. I threw it down the trash chute. I was like, I'm done, because I started having actual like physical effects from it that were really bad. Like, my head started to really hurt, and it was making me so sick to my stomach. I was doing it because it also suppressed my appetite. I feel like I'm having a therapy session with you guys. I didn't want to eat as much food. I realized that when I was vaping, I was losing weight. I had people tell me, you look so good, and I was like, okay. Anyway, like, I got to the point where I threw it away. I was like, this is just really affecting me on a bad level. And it's kind of weird because, like, yeah, I was being unhealthy, but at the same time, I was preaching a healthy lifestyle to people. Part of me was wanting to be this healthy person. I was doing things that were healthy. I was working out, but I was also doing this other thing on the side secretly, because internally I wasn't where I wanted to be. And I didn't realize how much of an impact your mental state can make on your entire health and wellness journey and your results you see. Fast forward a little bit, I started to get certified to be a Pilates instructor. And I was doing my certification. I actually completed my Pilates certification when COVID hit. So I started to teach these online workout classes for my Pilates studio on Instagram and on Zoom. At this point, I was so nervous to teach online fitness, and it was just so new to me, and I discovered this thing called Pilates that I honestly always thought was for old people. In college, I finally tried it, Reformer Pilates, and I fell in love. When I say my body actually craves Pilates, like, it's insane. Like, my body does not crave any other workout, and when you find that thing that your body craves, that is it, you guys. That's the workout for you. I started to teach online fitness, and people were telling me, you're really good. They were like, Callie, you need to start a TikTok. You need to post this on TikTok. And I was like, ew, TikTok's for like children. No, I'm not gonna do that. Finally one day, I was like, you know what, I'm doing it. I'm just gonna do it. I posted a couple workout videos, boom, they went viral. After that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, my platform, I'm Sweaty and I Know It, is getting traction. Finally, I found my little secret sauce that was helping me actually grow and reach the right people that I wanted to reach. That summer, I went through another depressive phase. Obviously, it was COVID. A lot was going on. A lot of us were going through it. And that's when, instead of going back to vaping like I would have done the summer before, I turned to meditation. So meditation is my key secret ingredient to transformation. I never thought I could do meditation. I just did not think that I was capable of it. I was telling myself, you can't focus, you can't do it. And the first few times I tried meditations, I couldn't. My mind was wandering like crazy. Meditation actually shifted my entire state. I started to journal. I started to do guided meditations. I started to realize, oh my gosh, my mind, my self is not this outside person. I am so much more than just how I look. I'm so much more than having abs and having a perfect bikini body. I realized it doesn't matter like how good you look in societal standards. You're not going to be happy if you don't heal the inside of you first. That's where I basically formed this entire new mindset about health and wellness. I would say around, honestly, December is when it really started to click with me. I was meditating through like the summer I started, and then I got better and better and more consistent. And then December is really when I really dove headfirst into it. And I was like, I'm going to read books. I'm going to read The Power of Now. I'm going to read all of these different things. I'm going to journal. I'm going to just do so much more because I was seeing physical results also from doing internal work. It's crazy. So I've always dealt with a lot of gut problems, and I feel like I've chronically just been bloated a lot. So when I started meditating, I'm not even kidding you guys, my whole body just became less bloated, less inflamed. Like that tension I felt in my gut that I thought was so normal for so long, it just like went away, and as a result my whole body just like, it became my best body I'd ever had my whole life. And on top of that, I started to love myself. I started to put myself first. I would say really the spring this past year has been when I've really become this best version of me yet. I know myself so much more. I'm making decisions that are so in line with me. They're not in line with doing what everyone is supposed to do. Doing the workouts that you're supposed to do. You've heard it. You've seen the clickbaity things all over the internet that are like, do this workout to burn fat, do this workout or to burn belly fat, do this workout to get that hourglass figure, do this lifting workout because it's the only way to see results. I preach this all the time on my TikTok. I always make like memes like #gym talk. I'm not like saying lifting's bad, but I am saying a lot of the people on that kind of side of TikTok I've noticed are promoting the only way to see results is lifting. So that's kind of where that comes from. My whole point is this: anything you do in life, anything you do should be in line with you. What makes you feel good? What makes you smile? What makes you just like your best self ever? And for me, it's Pilates. You can probably tell I light up when I talk about Pilates because I love it. It's fun. Like, it just makes you feel some different way. And like, I thought I was crazy kind of until I started getting comments on my videos that were like, oh my gosh, Kelly, like your Pilates videos have been changing my life internally. Like, I do these when I'm feeling really down, or I've been going through it, and your videos have been helping me. So I realized, okay, this is not just me. When you're aligned with the movement you're doing, when you're aligned with the food you're eating, when you're aligned with the people you're around, the place you live, the internal work you're doing, you become your best self, you guys. And I genuinely believe that we attract the way our internal state is working. What we attract is how we're feeling. Everything we have in life gives us a feeling, right? Like that workout you did, it gave you a feeling inside, not just like that burn and shake of your legs. It gave you a feeling. That like ice cream you got, it gave you a feeling. That book you read, it gave you a feeling. But living in a state where you're doing things for other people, where you're working out because it's the only way, when you're doing fad diets to see results fast, to look a certain way for somebody else, or because you don't think you're enough, you're not gonna become your best self. I'm living proof of it, you guys. I've been working out, exercising since I was 8 years old. I'm almost 22. When I say that's how I got my best body, it's all about what you do on the inside. It reflects on the outside. And I cannot even stress that enough. Yes, now I am way more focused on my nutrition. I'm focused on intuitive eating, things that fuel my body and are full of nutrients. The reason I am though and the reason I'm doing that instead of fad diets is because I've found a newfound love for myself, and I know what I need because I understand myself. I understand my emotions. I understand my cravings. And same with exercise. I don't do a workout if I don't feel like it, if I'm exhausted. I sleep instead. It's like we're all humans. Our bodies change every single day. we have to honor that, and you can't honor that if you don't understand it and if you don't know yourself. So start with you, start with the inside of you, heal that first, and then your whole body is going to change. Anyway guys, that is where I'm at. I genuinely love what I do. I love inspiring you queens. I love sharing my story. I love working out with you guys. Hopefully one day I'll be in real life workouts too. That'd be so freaking sick. But yeah, I really hope this video resonated with you, helped you if you're going through it. Trust me, it's possible to get to the person you want to be, the body you want to have. Trust me, I'm living proof. I'm living proof. If you do want me to help you and you want me to help this transformation get in the right direction, go a little bit faster, seriously, DM me on Instagram and I'm sweaty and I know it, and I can be your health coach, one-on-one coaching. Also, make sure you are subscribed to my channel and you like this video. Have the best day, my sweaty queen. Stay sweaty. I love you, and you are killing the freaking game. Okay, bye guys.